And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. I want to get your thoughts on something here as San Francisco starts this next drive. You know, we talked about the lack of pass attempts for Jimmy G in the postseason so far. But they were number 2 in the rushing attack in the league, only behind Baltimore and Lamar Jackson. So you think KC's defense, that they'll stack the box, force the Niners to throw?
I think they have to, because you just get shredded in the run game. It destroys you in the psyche as well as it does out on the field. So you've got to try and take that part away from them, force Garoppolo to throw, and then on key third down situations, make sure you double tight end George Kittle, because he's the game breaker for them, although the rookie wide receiver Deebo Samuel has really come on as of late.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Here we go on 4th down with Garoppolo. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes, because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass interference, and they gain over 30 yards of real estate on that one.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Kendrick Bourne, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. The Niners on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 24-yard line.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. With good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Garrett Selleck, the tight end, was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
But that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. He's got his man on the crossing route. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 2 minutes even on the clock in the first half of Super Bowl 54. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. D. Ford in there to bury him for a loss of 11. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. Now Williams. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They get the first. The decision to run on third and medium winds up being a good one.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Williams. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
When you're trying to get points late in the half, I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. They run. It's Williams. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. So we've come upon half. So the halftime show of the Super Bowl abbreviated, ready to go for the second half. The never tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 18 yards, 1st down Niners. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Garoppolo looks to throw. And he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. A quick sidestep here, CD. The NFL doing something kind of neat for its 100th season, which wraps up with Super Bowl 54. They're inducting a 20-man class, a centennial class, into the Pro Football Hall of Fame this year. Now, a number of modern-day candidates won't be announced until the night before. And this is going to backfire big time. He'll go down to the end zone, and that's a safety. And around the goal line, sometimes trickeration can be great, turn into a big play. Here it backfires.
To put it mildly, when you give up 2 points on an offensive play, especially that close to the goal line, razzle-dazzle there, I'm sure we'll be talking about that in the future.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Garoppolo. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Point after, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. And got his man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That goes for a gain of 31. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 36. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Escaping the pressure. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Reggie Ragland. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Well, hey, CD, we talked about some of the guys that were going into the Hall of Fame, the 15 that we already know. But of the more modern-day players that are finalists, who do you think's going to get in?
That is really, really difficult. I'm glad you asked because it gives us a chance to kick it around just a little bit. Tony Baselli, the left tackle, a lot of people have not put him in, I think, due to longevity. But when he played, he was as good as it got. I mean, the best in the game. I think it's his time. I think he's going to find his way in, even though there's a backlog of offensive linemen like Steve Hutchinson's available. Alan Faneca's available. If you have to pick a safety out of this crew of Leroy Butler, Steve Atwater, John Lynch, Troy Polamalu, good luck on that one, although I think Polamalu is going to be a first ballot Hall of Fame. I think he gets in. I think Edgerrin James, the running back, it's his time. He should have been in a while ago as far as I'm concerned. It's time for him to go ahead and get his due and get in. And if you're a receiver, good luck. Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, Reggie Wayne, who do you pick out of that crew? So I think a few guys who are deserving will get overlooked again, like a Sam Mills, a linebacker, or a Zach Thomas. But all in all, it's going to be a very strong class.
And we will find out who the 5 are that will go into Canton with the other 15 the night before the Super Bowl on Saturday.
They're trying to show you they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelsey, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors. But that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys.
So with this fielded a few yards into the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Flushed out right. And he is going to be run down. What a disaster there. A huge loss. Reggie Ragland able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped.
Offside. Defense.
Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. And he'll be marked down all the way inside the KC 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Flush to his right. He'll try and run it. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's 3rd down. Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Trent Taylor there to make the grab. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, They use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the fourth.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
They'll run it with Williams. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. On 3rd down, here's Williams. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Here we go.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Garoppolo now. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the 49ers get a score closer.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Damian Williams and the Chiefs ready to begin their next drive. And there are the numbers. Got off to that torrid hot start. We thought he was in for maybe a career day. Not the case.
No doubt about it. It almost looks like a misprint after what we saw in the first half. But let's give a little bit of credit to the guys on our side of the ball. They went in at halftime, made a few adjustments. And you know what else? They didn't lose their confidence in their ability to play. Because a lot of times you get beat down in the first half, it gets ugly in the second half. They've come out with a new resolve and a renewed determination.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. He's got a man complete. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Less than 2 minutes remain here in Super Bowl 54. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. This is caught by Robinson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? Got a little antsy there from his Mike linebacker position.
Partner, there's times you think you've timed up the quarterback's cadence. You think you've got a read on it. He might have thought it on that play. He was wrong.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking for Watkins that time, but now it's 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Throwing now is Mahomes. Staying on his feet. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him.
Here we go.
So Jimmy Garoppolo and the offense down by 8. A little over 40 seconds to go. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Garoppolo to throw. He's going to let it fly. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And that is incomplete. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may write a finish to this Super Bowl. Mahomes going to throw it here. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown! No flags, no time remaining, and they're an extra point away from winning the game.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right, just one more element to complete the victory. And what do we make of this? A tie game, no time left. All they need is the PAT. They're going for 2, escaping the pressure right. And he is in. The call works, and they have won the football game. And the San Francisco 49ers will hoist the Lombardi Trophy as Super Bowl champions. For the victors getting to hoist that Lombardi trophy, you know, we've talked to guys that have done it.